Right, OK, let's look back at some of the big results from the weekend. Chelsea find themselves 11th in the Premier League following a 2-2 draw against rivals Brentford over the weekend. The boss, Mauricio Pochettino, wasn't happy with a poor second-half performance.
In the second half, we didn't keep the level that we showed in the first half. I think it was full control, and I think we played really well, and we were very pleased with the performance of the first half. I think after we start not so well the second half and start increase the belief of Brentford, and when we concede in this moment, yes, was changed the game. The game was more open.
The more I see of Chelsea, the more I think Pochettino's not the right man for the job. You should be getting more of a tune than he's getting. Certainly second half performances out of his current side.
You just don't know what, from week to week, you don't know what you're going to get. Certain players step up and you think, yeah, and certain players don't. And it just that when he thinks, right, I think I've got the nucleus of the team, we're going to start progressing, step back.
Listen to this stat. Is Pochettino motivating these players enough? This season, if games finished at half-time, Chelsea will be 8th. But the second half table sees them 17th. Yeah, I mean that tells you they're twice as bad in the second half.
Mentality again that comes with at half time.
Why? What's the mentality? Explain how that
depends.
Could be a
Sometimes they might be thinking about the job's done, or they might relax at half time and think, right, second half we just do the same things and they almost forget about the basics. Whereas the other team think, right, second half, and other teams will know this stat. And the manager at half time began, listen, second half.
We can nick it.
They start slowly. We get something from this.
Can you see anything from Chelsea that makes you believe they will turn it around next season?
I don't know. I mean, listen, they've got good players. Like I know they've overplayed for some players, but they have got good players there.
But have they got good players that are going to win?
Yeah, eventually. I don't know what to win, but eventually they're young as well. Some of these players.
What Chelsea players get in your side?
What Arsenal? Who would I take? Yeah, none.
That's damning. That is. Isn't it?
Left back Chilwell if he's fully fit, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe
you would.
But. And listen,
Reece James at right back if he's fit.
If he's fully fit, and he can guarantee a full season, maybe. But
that might be part of the problem, right?
Yeah.
You're getting these really, really good players that can't see out a season.
Yeah, but you'd expect Chelsea at some point these players to come good. They have to.
What's good?
Well, I mean, I think they're miles off challenging for the league, but then they've not challenged for the league for a while.
If they don't get top 10, does he go?
I think you'll get some that say give him time and some that say no, he's got to go. But then you're starting again. You sack him, you're starting again.
I know, but you're going backwards at the moment. Where'd they finish last season? 12th? I made that up.
It weren't great.
Was Chelsea last season 12th? 8th? It's either 12th or 8th. Joe's gone higher. I think it was higher than 8th. Anyway, we'll find out in a minute. Eddie Howe's Newcastle moved 4 points behind Man United in the race for European football after a 3-0 win over Wolves. Eddie Howe was 12th. I was right. Eddie Howe was pleased to see his side get back on track.
Just for no reason, it just happens. We've just lost our way. We've lost some points here and that we felt we should have got. And then if you don't win games here on a regular basis, the confidence can drain from you quite quickly. And I think that's why today was so important. And I thought we saw towards the end the lads enjoying their football and feeling confident. And then we looked a totally different team.
Good goals, I thought, from Newcastle actually at the weekend. Do you think they're going to finish above Man United? This is going to be so tight. The race for your top 3 is as tight as it is for 5, 6 and 7.
Because they're on 40. Well, we got Brighton just below them, 39.
Horrible,
and then 40, 42, 44. Again.
Sorry, where do you go down on that?
I'm going.
So United 44, West Ham 42,
yeah.
Newcastle 40, Brighton 39, Wolves 38,
and Chelsea 36.
Chelsea are done, right?
Yeah. I think. I mean, I'm not going to say they're done yet because they're still within. They win their next game, they jump above Brighton. It's going to go right to the wire, I think. You
and I have got a big bet, Man United. Yeah. You said they wouldn't get top 7.
Yeah.
When I took that bet, honestly, I was like...
Just laughing your head off.
What have I spent the money on?
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh, dear. Do you want to call the bet off?
Nope.
De Zerbi, can you see him being there next season?
At Brighton?
He's got to be, isn't he?
Yeah, of course he will be.
What's the aim for Brighton now? You know we talked about Newcastle.
Yeah.
And sorry, we're talking Newcastle. We talk Brighton.
We did Brighton. I'm going
back. Because I want to ask you about both.
Yeah.
Because when we're talking about Newcastle, there are questions about Eddie Howe, right? As he shot himself in the foot, as he created a rod for his own back, with how well they did last year.
I don't think they have in terms of the fans, but we've said about owners but maybe the owners are going to be patient with him because the Newcastle fans, and rightly so, should be ecstatic about the manager they've got. Now, if they were to finish in the European Conference League, that's where I'd probably say they're about right now.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But that's why I'm asking you about De Zerbi, right? Because we haven't got time for the audio, but I do want to talk to you about it. They've lost, they haven't won 8 of their last 11. So 3 wins in 11 for Brighton. They got beat away at Fulham 3-0 at the weekend. They're 9th now in the Premier League. What do you make of that?
It's with Brighton. They've had injuries as well, by the way. But their squad, it's not the biggest. We know they recruit really well, but again, they've got this European aspect to deal with as well, and that might derail their league form.
That's, I think, Thursday they got Roma, right?
Yeah, and we've seen, and I've been saying it all season. When you look at their performances and their results at the weekend after a European game, I don't think they've won any.
No.
So they've got to somehow tune the squad up so they can deal with both. But I think you're going to get to a point where I think they're progressing Europe really well. But I do think their league form might struggle because they haven't got the squad to compete in both.
A quick word about the game that finished Luton 2, Aston Villa 3. A brace from Ollie Watkins ensured that Aston Villa kept their 5-point lead over Spurs in that race for 4th place. I know that the gaffer Unai Emery was very pleased with the way star striker is playing at the moment. If the league, we asked this question at the top of the show but didn't answer it. If the league finished tomorrow, is Ollie Watkins Premier League Player of the Season?
He'd certainly be mine. I think he's been outstanding, Ollie Watkins. I think the goals that he's got this season, the assists as well, I think he's been dangerous. He looks to be getting better and better. I mean, 16 league goals and 10 assists is crazy. Villa are pushing top 4 as well. They're in the top 4 as we speak. Yeah, he'd be my player of the year. Quick
word about Luton, still in the bottom 3 at the moment, 4 points off Forest.
Yeah, I just wonder, with Everton getting them points back, how much of a damning effect that's done without them even kicking the ball. I know they've not been good enough, but they've been competitive this year.
Yeah.
But the fact Everton got some of them points back and then jumped up, it's almost like here we go again. But listen, under Rob Edwards, they'll keep fighting right to the very end.
Okay. I've got a bit of breaking news for you, Ben. You can give us your view on this. From 5 o'clock, we're talking about it in great detail. Paul Tierney, of course, he was the referee for the Liverpool-Forest game, or Forest-Liverpool. He will not referee a Premier League game this weekend, will instead act as VAR for Arsenal against Brentford. That was following his performance in Liverpool's win against Forest on Sunday.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.